Ladies and gents, we have a new version of Final Cut Pro with some big updates. We're gonna get right into everything, but before we do, can you just tell me, do you like my new hair color? Just kidding, that's just one of the new features in Final Cut Pro, and it's not even the most exciting one. We're gonna start with the most exciting update, which is something you've all been waiting for forever, automatically generated subtitles. Finally, this is one of the most requested features from the Final Cut Pro community. Here's everything you need to know about it. Start by selecting the clips for which you want to generate captions. Obviously, these clips need to have audio on them. Then just right-click and navigate to Generate Captions, and you'll see two options, one for captions and one for subtitles. The captions option is not new. It creates closed captions, typically for broadcast output, and this is not what you want. You want to select the subtitles option, and pretty quickly, you'll see these subtitles populate your timeline. By the way, you can also add these subtitles by clicking on the magic wand at the bottom of the viewer, but I think right-clicking is easiest. You can modify the style of the subtitle by selecting it and making your changes in the title inspector. You can modify the animation style and the animation increment, so like by word, character, or line. Now, come closer. There's something I need to tell you. No, like closer. This is really important. If you want to modify all of your subtitles at once, here's how you do it. Select one subtitle in your timeline and hit Command A on your keyboard. That will select all of your subtitles. Then you can go ahead and make any modifications to the style in the title inspector, and all of your subtitles will be modified with those parameters. A few other things to know about subtitles here in the index: they have their own role. They are different from titles and adjustment clips. And if you want to modify the duration of your subtitles, like how many words appear on screen at once, you're going to want to head up to the Final Cut Pro menu, Settings, Editing, and modify the subtitles duration. If you're looking for that one word at a time look, in my testing, I found that changing this value to 0.25 accomplished that, but it may vary depending on the pace of your speaker. One more note about subtitles before we move on. If you, for some reason, didn't like the default subtitle text, you can make any Final Cut Pro title a subtitle. Before you generate subtitles, you can select a title in the browser, right-click, and select Make Default Subtitle. And if you want to change it back, just head to the new subtitles category, select the subtitle, and do the same. Speaking of titles, if you're a Creator Studio subscriber, you also got a bunch of new templates today. We're going to be taking a live look at that new content later today in a very rare Jenn Jager live stream. So if you're a Creator Studio subscriber, come check out what's new. And even if you're not, just come hang out. All right, another new drop in Final Cut Pro 12.3 is a new AI-powered match color tool. Now, Final Cut did have match color before, but it was not great. This one, though, is a banger. To demo, I have 3 clips from one scene, all shot with 3 different cameras. I've color corrected my first shot, and now I want to match the next 2 to that first shot. I'm going to select both of these clips and click on the magic wand at the bottom of the viewer, technically called the Enhancements menu, but nobody remembers that. Select Match Color, and then skip your playhead over the frame you want to replicate the color of, and click your mouse button. Final Cut will process for a second and then show you a preview in the viewer. If you're satisfied, click Apply. And not only is the initial result better, but now you can actually tweak the match with the color adjustments. This was not something you could do with the old match color. And just to point out, the color adjustments look a little bit different now. We've got this new super highlights slider that's going to help you keep your brights in range. Obviously, this is a huge leap forward for multicam editing, but it can also be really helpful if you're working with stock media. When you're cobbling together a video out of stock shots, it can be really obvious, right? Because the colors in each shot can vary wildly. You can use this match color tool to bring those colors more into alignment. For instance, I was able to match this stock shot to this stock shot, and now they look just like way more cohesive. By the way, if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, that girl is so smart, I wish I knew as much about Final Cut Pro as she does, you can. Just enroll in my premium courses, Final Cut Rockstar and Rockstar Next Level, updated for Final Cut 12.3. Look at how on top of things I am. That never happens. I give you all the media to download, and we build a project side by side, getting more and more complex as we go. One of the pieces of feedback I hear over and over again about my courses is people saying, I didn't know what I didn't know about Final Cut Pro, and I love hearing that. So if you want to be a more confident, stronger editor and just a cooler person overall, head on over to JennJager.com and enroll in Final Cut Rockstar. All right, another new tool in Final Cut 12.3 is a handy dandy one called Edit Detection. If you drop a baked edited video in your timeline, right-click and select Detect Edits or hit the shortcut Shift-E, Final Cut will detect the edit points in that finished video and create through edits at those points so you can easily isolate clips from edited videos. Super helpful. Now let me show you how I did this to my hair. I used yet another AI power tool in Final Cut called AutoMask. AutoMask is like the down and dirty version of the magnetic mask, but instead of having to pick things out with the eyedropper tool, Final Cut will automatically detect a limited number of objects in your frame and isolate them. The AutoMask can be applied in a few different ways. If you're planning on replacing the background entirely, head over to the magic wand menu. Again, a lot of stuff's happening in this menu today, and select AutoMask. In the viewer, hit the plus sign and you'll get a list of all the objects in this exact frame that Final Cut detects and can be masked out using the AutoMask. You can also hover your cursor over different parts of the frame and select elements that way. But again, it's only a limited number of objects. This is not like the magnetic mask where you can pick anywhere. Where the AutoMask is better than the magnetic mask is that it will detect finer details on people, like just the skin, mouth, lips, clothing, and yes, hair, without a lot of painting and detail work like you would need to do with the magnetic mask. Once you've made your selections by either clicking on these boxes or clicking inside the viewer, hit Add AutoMask, and that element will be cut off the background, no tracking necessary. You can use these sliders in the inspector to fine-tune your mask. And by the way, if you drop down on Type here, here's what I believe to be a complete list of all the objects the AutoMask can detect. You can see it's really focused on people and faces, which is why I think the AutoMask is perfect for adding beauty effects to people in your shots. I have a whole tutorial about doing just that dropping tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss it. You can also use the AutoMask to apply color corrections or effects to isolated parts of your clip. In the video inspector or color inspector, select this person icon and choose AutoMask. Again, you'll get a list of all the objects in this frame that Final Cut detects. We also got some important workflow enhancements you need to know about. First and foremost, background render is now off by default. This will greatly reduce the size of your libraries as you work, so I am all for it. But if you did want to turn it back on, just head up to the Final Cut Pro menu, Settings, Playback, and enable it there by clicking this box, or leave it off and render your timelines out as needed by hitting Control, Shift, and R on your keyboard. Also, proxy media is now generated using HEVC instead of H.264 for improved compression efficiency and HDR support. Also, we now get a 2-up display while you trim your clips. So if you select the end of a clip in your timeline and trim frame by frame with the comma or period keys, the last frame of your outgoing clip and the first frame of your incoming clips will appear side by side in the viewer. Great for match cuts. There are also some new snappy timeline shortcuts you want to know about. You can now swap clip positions in the timeline with keyboard shortcuts. Just select a clip and hit Option right arrow to swap it right and Option left arrow to swap it left. You can also now select a primary clip in a timeline and all the clips connected to it by selecting the primary clip and hitting Control, Command, and A. One more nugget for you Pixelmator Pro users, you can now share a frame directly from Final Cut to Pixelmator Pro through the share button. This is great because you can create LUTs in Pixelmator Pro. If you're curious about that workflow, I will link to that tutorial down below. We also got a bunch of bug fixes. I'm just going to throw them on the screen here so you can take a look at them. Special shout out to this one that has given me many heart attacks over the past few months. Final Cut Pro for iPad and Apple Motion both got updates today. Very exciting. And of course, I have videos on both of those apps coming in just a few minutes. You know, I love Final Cut drop days, but this one in particular was really exciting, full of surprises. I think most people are going to be excited about the subtitles, but I gotta say, I think I'm really into the AutoMask. And the match color tool is awesome. I can't wait for you to try it. Let me know in the comments which new feature you're most excited about. Make sure you check out Final Cut Rockstar, updated for 12.3 at JennJager.com. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you again.